Tanka, Tankashila, Tankashilapi, Unchipi, Moka Unka, Unchipi, Natakayapi. Thank you for this day. Thank you for bringing these people here for this ceremony, and for Joe and Nancy and all their beloveds. Offer a prayer to the east. Ask that you come in, all the relatives come in and help us with this ceremony. Relatives of the south, we ask that you come in and help us with this ceremony. We are just little children. We need your help, relatives. Relatives of the west, we ask that you come in and help us with this ceremony. All the seen and unseen beings and relatives of these people who are present, we ask that you come in and help us. Relatives of the north, we ask that you come in and help us in this ceremony. Grandmothers and grandfathers of the sky people, we ask that you come in and help us in this ceremony today. You're just little children. We need your help, all the relations. Grandmother Earth, all the Tankashilati and the Takiyipi, we ask that you come in and help us with this ceremony today. All the beings are within us. They come through that we come from, all our relations. We ask for your help this day in this ceremony, that we could do it in a sacred way. Home and talking to us. Forward.
Over here.
Forward.
One over here, one over here. Wheel you over here. Go in the circle.
Joe and Nancy, today you're surrounded by all your friends. We've gathered here to witness your exchange of vows and to share in the joy of this occasion. Indeed, no marriage exists in separation or in isolation from the community in which it lives. Let this ceremony be a statement of what you mean to each other and the commitment of marriage you are making, as well as a recognition of the need for community and the support of those we hold dear. For those who are gathered here today, by your presence and relationship with these two, you're also entering a recognition of this union and the importance of friends, community, and support of their commitments today. When we love someone, we don't love them all the time in exactly the same way, from moment to moment. That would be an impossibility. It's even foolish to pretend that such a thing could exist. Yet many of us attempt to demand this of ourselves and of our loved ones. At times, we have so little faith in the ebb and flow of life, of love and of relationships, that we leap at the flow of the tide, but resist the ebb. Afraid of the consequences, we're afraid the flow will never return. We may insist on permanence, on duration, on continuity. The only real time we have now, since all things change, the only real thing we have is now. And the best hope for continuity in life, as in love, is in growth, fluidity, and if we dare, in the freedom to trust one another. The only real security is not in owning or possessing, not in demanding or expecting, not even in hoping. Security in a relationship lies neither in looking back to what was, in nostalgia, nor looking forward to what it might be, whether in dread or anticipation. The only security, if there be any, is in living in the present and accepting the relationship and each other fully with love and faith, with all our faults and frailties, as well as our strengths. And Morrow Lindbergh said, relationships must be like islands. One must accept them for what they are here and now, within their limits. Islands surrounded and interrupted by the sea, and continually visited and abandoned by the tides of life. Joe and Nancy have chosen to incorporate the ancient Celtic ritual of hand fasting in their wedding ceremony. You have the ribbon. Hand fasting is a declaration of intent in which the couple clearly states they are marrying of their own free will and accepting the bonds and commitments represented by this bond.
You're going to do that.
Nancy and Joe, before you go further, know that since your lives have crossed in this life, you've already formed eternal bonds. Now, beyond that, as you seek to enter the state of matrimony, you should strive to make real the ideals that give meaning to the ceremony and to the sanctity of your marriage. With full awareness, know that within this circle of friends, you're declaring your intentions not only to those here present, but to all the relations, seen and unseen, surrounding us today. The promises made here and the ties that are bound here may greatly strengthen your union now and will cross the years of your lives and the soul growth of each of you in the future. Such is the nature of relationships. As we continue to love and support each other, the relationship will also provide you with opportunities for continued growth. Believe me. Do you seek to enter this ceremony?
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
If you would, I would do it this way.
I just tie them up.
Joe and Nancy look into each other's eyes. Okay. Nancy, will you share in Joe's pain and seek to alleviate it?
I will.
Joe, will you share in Nancy's pain and seek to alleviate it?
I will.
And so the binding is made. Nancy, will you share in Joe's laughter and look for the brightness and positive in him?
I will.
Joe, will you share in Nancy's laughter and look for the brightness and positive in her?
I will.
And so the binding is made. Nancy, will you share in Joe's burdens so that your spirits may grow in this union?
I will.
Joe, will you share in Nancy's burdens so that your spirits may grow in this union?
I will.
And so the binding is made. Nancy, will you share in Joe's dreams?
I will.
Joe, will you share in Nancy's dreams?
I will.
And so the binding is made. Nancy, will you take the heat of anger and use it to temper the strength of this union?
I will.
Joe, will you take the heat of anger and use it to temper the strength of this union?
I will.
And so the binding is made. Nancy, will you honor and respect Joe as an equal in this union?
I will.
Joe, will you honor and respect Nancy as an equal in this union?
I will.
And so the binding is made. Joe and Nancy, your hands are now bound together, so your lives and spirits are joined in a union of love and trust. The bond of marriage is not formed by these cords, but rather the vows you have made and will make. Remember, you always hold in your own hands the fate of this union. Above you are the stars, below you is the earth. Like the stars, your love can be a constant source of light shining on your relationships, and like the earth, your commitments to each other provide a firm foundation from which each of you may grow. May these hands be blessed this day. May they always hold each other with care and integrity. May they have the strength to hang on during the storms and stresses of this life and the darkness of any disillusionment. May these hands remain tender and gentle as they nurture each other's lives in love. May they build a relationship founded in love and rich in caring. May these hands be healers and protectors. May they give shelter for one for the other, and may each of you act as a guide and counsel for the other. That's each of you, Nancy. Each of you. As a symbol of this union, we're unwrapping these bindings, and we're going to place them loosely around your shoulders to epitomize the combining of you two into one union. Yet loosely held in companionship and mutual support and love. To seal the vows they share with each other, I will now ask you to perform the giving and receiving of rings. The perfect circle of the ring symbolizes eternity. The precious metal came from the ground as a rough ore and was heated and purified, shaped and polished. Something beautiful was made from raw elements. Love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings, joined by imperfect beings, and made perfect by pressure and time from a substance not of our making. It is the process of allowing something beautiful to emerge where there was nothing at all. Joe and Nancy have chosen to say their vows that they've written themselves. Hopefully they have them.
Yeah.
So, Joe, if you'll place the ring on Nancy's left hand as you consecrate your vows to her.
Going, yeah. You got it.
Somebody help your brother out.
There you go. Okay.
Good job.
Yes.
Nancy, love, I don't know what brought us together. The strange forces of nature conspired to construct the present from the past. But what I feel for you will remain strong and true long after the pleasures of the flesh have passed. I'll go on loving you. Dear heart, you gave me the desire to dance with love again. You brought love, laughter, and happiness back into my life. You were slow, patient, and unjudging. And now, though you were not my first love, you are my last love. I vow, therefore, to love you for who you are, not for who I think you should be. I will honor, respect, cherish, and love you. I will give you hugs, kisses, and the space to be who you are. I promise to be faithful and committed to our love, hopes, and dreams, for better, for worse, in sickness or in health, till my last dying breath. Bring a tissue.
Please place the ring on Joe's left hand as you consecrate your vows.
I'm going to wait for a minute before I put this ring on
Okay.
you. My dearest Joe, in my lifetime, I have been down a few roads that have proven to be dead ends. I am thankful to the moon and the stars and Mother Earth for illuminating the path, my path to you. I want to thank you for your generosity, the love, and the honesty that you have given me. I want to show my gratitude, my love, and my respect for you today by solemnly swearing to love, honor, and cherish you for all the rest of my days. I have for you a golden ring. Can I have your left hand, please? It's the most precious metal, and it symbolizes that your love is the most precious thing precious element in my life. The ring has no beginning and it has no end. It symbolizes that the love between us will never cease. I placed it on your finger as a visible sign of the vows which have made us husband and wife. I love you, honey.
On behalf of all those present, by the permission you both have given me to perform this ceremony, by the power of all the spiritual laws and beings, and by the laws of the state of Arizona, and by the strength of your own love, I pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Joe and Nancy LaRosa. Please seal your vows with a kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the honor to present for the first time to you the community of their friends, Joe and Nancy, as husband and wife.
The best man always carries a hanky.
That's right. Prayer, and then we'll close this. Pila maya yellow hair, China power concha maya yellow hair, Pila maya yellow hair, we chozani wa maya tuelo, Pila maya ye, Pila maya yellow hair. Ceremony has concluded. Thank you.
I'm married. I know you.